If this video found you, it's because you need to act like you know, per usual. It's your girl Mo, and this is your show, so let's go. This video is gonna be like a combo of a channel read slash just like me talking to talk, you know, per usual. But as always, the message is in the video. The message is in my words. My perspective is intended to shift, shatter, or just completely eradicate paradigms that you've been perpetuating on a day-to-day basis. And like for maybe like the past 48 hours, I've been really thinking like, what do I want? Like, what do I want? What do I want? And I come to the conclusion that I literally don't know what I want, because I thought it was to be understood, to be felt, to be received and recognized. But like, it's really, I'm coming to the conclusion as well that like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be fully understood, because I think there is a lot of us specifically, like people who come across my videos, and even if this is your first time seeing me, like there's a group of us that like we're meant to be unicorns in this life, dude. Like we're meant to be unicorns. We're not fully meant to even understand ourselves. We're just meant to acknowledge that we're on this journey and we got depth to us. There's layers to us. The things that we long to be understood, like the things that we want people to understand us for or like recognize us as, it's like some people are just so interesting and intricate that like you're the wisdom within you, the inspiration that spews from you is the fact that like no one can ever figure you out, is the fact that like you cannot be defined, you don't conform. And you know, I was seeing a puzzle piece in my head earlier as well, and I just feel like that is a representation of like you trying to make pieces fit both of us, because it's like I'm a reflection of you. Like I always say, I'm talking to myself right now, but I'm talking to you, right? So it's like I am a fractal of you, you are a reflection of me. Like take what resonates and leave what doesn't, per usual. But like this is a journey about us. Like I'm channeling from my journey. Y'all know where I plan on taking it, and maybe y'all don't know. I don't know. You see, and like there's even this idea that I've struggled with for a minute, which is like really trying to niche myself into something, trying to be more digestible or understandable for people, or more marketable for people. And I've just kind of like exhausted myself out. And going back to like the puzzle piece that I saw, it's like I'm realizing that the less I try so hard to make things fit and make people fit, and just the less I try to make alignment in my life, the more free I feel. But it's like for so long, I feel like I've been trying to make certain pieces fit, certain people, certain like roles, just certain things that clearly are not in alignment with me, because it's taking too much thought, it's taking too much effort, it's pulling me quite literally out of flow and into this rigid, stagnant state, to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm maxed out of books to give for the rest of the year. Like I don't care anymore. I don't care. Because for so long on my journey, right, like this is what I'm doing right now. This is a dream of mine. Like if you would have asked anyone from like my high school, my closest friends, like I always told them what I'm doing right now is what I was going to be doing. I knew that in my heart to be true. I'm a master manifester. Like I am a master manifester. I'm an oracle in this lifetime. And I keep telling y'all, I don't post for recognition. I post for proof that this shit is possible and manifestation is really real. And there's just so many different layers to me that I have a hard time expressing and like bringing to my platforms. Like, you know, I got my Instagram, I got my TikTok, I got my YouTube, but I don't feel like I belong. But it's not like I don't belong. It's more so like I don't feel niched in. I don't feel like I'm living up to my potential, even though I don't even know what my potential is. And like for a really long time, like I go back and forth between like introducing new content and like showing up a different way, but even like thinking about showing up that way is just like a drag. I'm like, I don't even really want to do this. Like get ready with me's and vlogs, like like it's just kind of like to me, you know. But I want my brand, and you know, I have so many things going. I have Lovey by J Renee, which is my clothing. I have the Mogul JRS, which right now is like me helping people through their personal development and spiritual growth journey. But like all of those things are great, and I still don't feel like I'm living up to my potential. And it's like, okay, I teeter back and forth between like, all right, how can I make myself marketable? How can I turn myself into the version of self that I can see in my head? How can I become the supermodel mogul? How can I align myself internally with this life, with this identity? Because that's really all it is an identity that is longing to be experienced through me. So it's like, how can I align my internal state to match what I believe I should be doing? But then it's like, I go back and forth between like, is what I think I should be doing even what I should be doing? Because at the end of the day, like, that's just my ego's way of being attached to a certain outcome, feeling like I'm stagnant right now because I'm not experiencing the success I think I should be experiencing, when actuality I'm experiencing exactly what I'm meant to. So it's like, I feel like there's a lot of what's the word? It's not reflections, but there's like a lot of damn, I can't think of the word. There's just a lot of similarities between me and the people that watch me, because I know a lot of people that watch me are on a journey of self-discovery. And ultimately, I'm realizing that like, bro, I just want to be the most confident version of myself. And anything else that follows after that can come. Like I'll be able to handle it, I'll conquer it. Because for a long time too, like I realized like, yo, I low-key had low self-esteem and low self-worth and like no self-confidence. And I have no idea where it even came from, because it seems like out of nowhere, I just started to doubt myself, and I just started to not trust myself, and just like not be my biggest supporter. And it's something that you have to practice rebuilding back up, especially when you've lived from that identity, the identity of accepting bare minimum, of not asking for your worth. Just like living from that frequency of lack for so long, it becomes your identity. And what I've been working on is like just not being how I used to be, not thinking how I used to be. I tell myself every day, you know, I have high self-esteem, I'm confident, you know, like those are the two things that I focus on. I'm chosen and I'm worthy. Because I also had to realize that like, for as many times as we like to replay certain events with certain people in our heads, I see the outdated ways of thinking card in my head. We like to attach to the circumstance of what happened to us, and we like to take it personal instead of focusing on what feeling is coming up in relation to this circumstance. Like there's a lot of circumstances and people that we've attracted in our lives to trigger us into this feeling so we can witness it, process it, and transmute it into our highest selves. But because a lot of us get stuck on the person that made us feel like this, or the circumstance, like very egoic driven perspectives on the things that we experience, rather than viewing them from the lens of like, okay, what's the consistent feeling that keeps popping up for me that is blocking me from moving forward? Because we like to think like it's the person, it's the thought of the person, the memory of the thing that happened, when in actuality, it's like, no, you're choosing to attach yourself to the circumstance that happened to you. You're never going to be able to move through that resistance because you allow your mind and your body to get stuck in that way of being, in that way of feeling, when that's not the point. The point is to feel how you feel. And for me, I kept thinking of, you know, people and circumstances that would make me feel anything but deserving, anything but worthy. And I had to realize that like, wait, the wound, the feeling that consistently pops up for me is not being chosen, not being worthy. So how can I acknowledge that and then allow myself to feel that in this present moment, instead of looking back at those memories from the lens of shame? How can I just sit in this present moment right now and accept all that is? I have no business being upset or mad or, just projecting my own feelings onto what's happened to me, just because, at the end of the day, like, you have to take accountability for how your life continues to play out sometimes. And that's a major part of, I feel like I see the puzzle piece again. It's like, if you feel like there's misalignment in your life and you're continuing to allow the misalignment to go on, the mistreatment, like if your life is anything but flow, take accountability for that. The things that don't follow through, the business proposals that you aren't hearing back from, the jobs that, it's like you interview once, they say they'll reach back, and then you never hear anything back for them. Like, all the things that aren't working out in your life right now are a reflection of you. Everything in your life that comes into your life is a reflection of you. So if you're experiencing a lot of wishy-washy energy, it's reflecting the ways that you're wishy-washy with yourself. If you're experiencing a lot of hot and cold energy, it's a reflection of the ways you're hot and cold with yourself. You take everything personal. We take all of these circumstances and the people that come into our lives personal, when it's like, well, everyone and everything that comes into our life is a vibrational match to us, because you should know by now, at least you need to act like you do, that this is your show. You run it. You have the remote. You're the one controlling the stage. You're the one on the stage, controlling the stage, the setup of it. Like, you're the behind the scenes and the upfront access. Like, you are the one that is in control. So take accountability for your life and how it's playing out right now, especially if you could be feeling like you're in this deep, like, reflection state. Understanding that, like, you're in that state right now for a reason. You will come out of it. It's not the end of the world. And sometimes the universe has to sit you down for a second and allow you to rest in the discomfort before you can move forward and truly receive all that it is that is yours, because you have to make space for a lot of these things that you want. You have to make space for them. And I feel like a lot of this collective is used to this energy of, truthfully, that's like used to this like low self-esteem energy. I just heard, what's understood doesn't have to be explained. And it's like, you could have thrived in that energy of like, oh, what's understood doesn't have to be explained, especially in relation to love and relationships and even friendships, situationships. But at the end of the day, like, that's not what you really want, because truthfully, that energy, what's understood doesn't have to be explained. It doesn't come with clarity. It doesn't come with accountability. Oftentimes it doesn't come with a commitment, and it rarely comes with oh my God, why can't I say the word? Reciprocity. So it's like that energy of like, you just allowing people to treat you however, you allowing people to create the standard for your own life. Like, those days are over. You have to release that part of your identity that is no longer serving you. And I feel like for a lot of this collective, it's a part of our identity that is no longer serving us, that's holding us back, because your life continues to reflect this perfect unfolding of you stepping into and becoming your highest self on a day-to-day basis, but it is still your identity, a part of your identity that you are heavily rooted in. Like, I see trees like very like intricately placed in the ground, but you have to allow yourself to be completely uprooted and dismantled in order for this new self to birth through. And it's going to be uncomfortable as hell, going from someone who lacks confidence to being someone who's fully confident in themselves and can trust themselves. It's a different frequency, but I promise you'll feel better. And like, I just want us, like, we gotta be on this journey together. And like, even that's why I'm figuring out, like, I keep asking myself, like, what is it that you want? Like, what do you want to do? How do you want to show up? What do you want to be known as? And like, I'm still coming up with my message and my mission 2 years into all of this stuff, you know, because I do want to make an impact. I do want to have community. I just need to figure out who I want to show up as, because I have the platforms, you know, like, but now I need to step in my authority and stand in my leadership and figure out, how is my voice going to impact others? How is my voice going to uplift others? I know what my gifts are, but now how can I translate those gifts and those talents into art? Because that's what I want to make. I'm a creative, I'm an artist, right? Like, I'm a visionary. Nothing short of iconic, this collective is. And I feel like, you know, our journey feels or could look a little bit harder and a little bit different because it's meant to. It's meant to. And who's to say that your journey doesn't look like, I don't know, isn't like in comparison to one of the most famous rappers, artists in the world? Who knows, right? Who knows? The people who are in the shoes that we want to be in or we dream about being in probably had these same revelations as us. And we just have to be patient enough and trust in our own process enough to know that, like, dude, I'm going to get to where it is that I'm going regardless. Regardless. I don't care if it takes me 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Like, I think I'm going to give myself a 6-year plan. And I'm gonna like map things out. And then like, I think of stuff like that. I'm like, bro, am I just overthinking all of this? Like, I constantly think like, I need all these different people and I need to have all these ducks in line. And I'm like, even believing that is like a story that I'm telling myself. It's like, I have to have all of this before I can feel worthy or adequate enough to start. When it's like, no, you just need to be confident in your vision. You need to be confident in your message, and you just need to be confident in who you are in order to start, you know. And there's a big part of like releasing validation for this collective, understanding that like a lot of the things that you are meant to do in this lifetime, that you will be known for in this lifetime, come from your ability to say yes to yourself and to give yourself the permission to start, to validate yourself before others validate you for your talents. Because, you know, projector in the human design, that was coming up for me like a lot, because, you know, I'm a projector in the human design. And I've realized that like being an only child as well, my solitude, and I'm looking at my downloads right now, but my solitude feels like home, okay? And it's not something that needs to be forced or explained away. And for a really long time, I used to feel like me wanting to be alone was like a burden, or like I was being asocial, or like I was just being anything but me. But like, I've lived enough years on this life to finally begin to realize like what habits are truly ingrained in me and what habits like just aren't serving me and need to be reframed, reshaped, or just completely let go. Like, I've been on earth for 24 years now, and I'm very self-aware, very spiritually in tune. I'm beginning to really study the systems that govern my life to a different level, with a different level of precision. And I'm picking up on like, wait, no, how I've always felt this need for like solitude and this need to rest and recharge and like just be in my own energy and my own, the comfort of my own thoughts is home for me. It is my safety. It is how I recalibrate. It is how I am able to come back into the world revived and refreshed. I deserve and I am worthy of being able to tell people like, yo, I can't hang out with you all day, every day. I can't be around you all day, every day. I don't want to hang out with you. I'm at the point in my life right now, y'all know I just got out of a relationship. I have no energy to pour into anyone else but myself. I don't even have the desire to. Like I said, I think I said it in this video, I'm maxed out of fucks to give for the rest of this year. I'm maxed out of it. I don't want to date anyone. I don't have interest in anyone. I am interested in Jay Renee. I'm interested in Mo. I'm interested in me for the first time in a very, very long time. I am so devoted to really pouring into myself, to really getting to know myself. What are my boundaries? matter of fact. And that's something that you need to really work on, like establishing what are your boundaries in as this new identity, not from the old identity, the one who didn't have high self-esteem and had no self-worth, no self-confidence, like who would just allow people to, do whatever, talk to them however, show up whenever, treat them however. No. You set the standard for your life. And that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm getting a little bit older. Matter of fact, what are my standards? What are my values? What are my non-negotiables? What are my boundaries? What am I willing to compromise on? What am I willing to say yes to? What am I absolutely always gonna say no to? Like, confident people know themselves, okay? And a small reason or a big reason why you are struggling to really become the most confident version of yourself is probably because you don't know who you are, or you know who you are and you're trying to be something that you're not. Be who you want to be. Just literally live your life how you see fit. There are no rules, there are no regulations, okay? And the rules and regulations, like, we see where that's headed. All these man-made rules going down to shit, going down the toilet, because they never held any weight to begin with. The system was always reliant on our belief on it, okay? We believed that that we needed the system. That's why it kept thriving. Now we're recognizing and waking up and realizing, wait, the system needs us. We pulled back our energy from the system. We put that energy back into us. We're shifting the identity that was in alignment with the old system. And we're recreating new paths for ourselves, new lives for ourselves through these new identities, these new belief systems that are not in alignment with the system that has been sustained for however long. And it's obvious. We're seeing the collapse of it right now. But it's because us as a collective, we are beginning to wake up and see the truth. Like, stop lying to yourself. I just heard that clear as day. Whatever's over your heart, like when you know that misalignment is present in your life, stop lying to yourself and making it seem like stop trying to make the puzzle piece fit. Stop trying to make the puzzle piece fit. You'll save yourself so much time, energy, and effort by not trying to make something fit that clearly isn't a match. This could be relevant for your friend groups, or even like a relationship that you're in, or even just family members that like anything, a job, like whatever it is, your life is meant to feel like flow. And I don't want any of this collective to believe that like life is meant to be hard. I don't want to subscribe to that belief. And I've subscribed to it for so long. The fact that like, I gotta work hard and I gotta, and like a part of that belief in my identity, kind of shattered last week when I was like still putting all this money into buying votes for my MAXIM cover roll competition just for someone to buy way more votes than me. And it's like, I had to really take a step back, and they won that round. Competition ended, it's over. And I kind of just had to take a step back and be like, the hard truth is that people have sold us this dream of hard work creates life, and you need to work hard for what it is that you want. You need to earn it. When the people with money are just gonna go and buy what they want. They're gonna go buy whatever. They're gonna go buy what they want in this world, because the fact of the matter is this matrix that we live in revolves around money. Us humans have made money such a significance to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter how much hard work you put in. Sometimes it really doesn't matter. Because if someone has more money than you, they're and this isn't to make you feel any type of way or feel bad, because I felt bad about it for like a second. And then I just realized bro, I'm just gonna go make more money, whatever, I'm just gonna make more money, because I also believe that money buys happiness. Money truthfully does buy happiness. And I don't subscribe to the belief that more money, more problems, because I don't pedestalize money anymore. Money is a given in my life. Money is not something that I have to beg for or work hard for or strive for, because it is energy. And my energy is now becoming more balanced within, and my self-esteem and my confidence and my worth is no longer being attached to my productivity or how much money I make or just how I show up, because I'm validating myself. I'm allowing myself to just simply be, to simply rest and receive. I'm allowing myself the opportunity to live in the frequency of my soul's live in the frequency of my soul's frequency. And that's really it. And it's important for projectors, specifically in the human design, to get their rest. You need to get your rest. I've had to tell multiple people, like, you know, for the past month and a half, I've been hanging out with people every day, and like, I just been outside. And I was just like, oh, I'm so tired. Why am I so tired? And it's like, girl, because you don't have your own energy source, and you're constantly amplifying all of these other people's energies that you're around who can run on consistent energy all day long. That's not you. That's not you. And a reason why I was feeling like, I just felt like I was just still operating from a fractal of like this self who had no self-esteem was because it was like I was scared or something to tell people like, hey, I gotta recharge. I gotta be in the crib today. I can't hang out today. That's a sign you got low self-worth. You're when you have low self-worth, you're scared to like confront people about how you feel. You're scared to make people uncomfortable. You're scared to like just be yourself. And we need to shatter that over here. You need to speak up about how it is that you feel and what it is that you expect. And like, you just need to understand who the hell you are. You need to act like you know who you are. And when you understand who you are and you get real about who it is that you want to be and how it is that you're showing up, your confidence levels will spike. They'll skyrocket. Secure, safe alignment. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I just sit on it, feel into it, get normal. Why did I write that down? Why did I write that down? I don't remember why I wrote that down. Damn, I'm irritated. But a lot of this collective needs to focus on like just understanding, bro, that like your worth is not so heavily determined on the misalignment that you continue to keep in your life consciously. You know, like you are worthy of alignment, you're worthy of flow, you're worthy of resonance. And I just want like all of us to just be the most confident versions of ourselves. Like if we don't know what we want, if there's like so many things on the table to where it's like, bro, I want to do this and I kind of want to do that and I kind of want to do this too, but like, it's just like irritating. Just be the most confident version of yourself. The one who isn't afraid to speak up, the one who isn't afraid to go perform on stage, the one who isn't afraid, even if you are afraid. You know, fear dissolves on the other side of experience. So experience what it is that you're scared of, just to prove to your brain that you're not gonna die by doing something that scares you. You know, you're not gonna die by being uncomfortable a little bit. Like sometimes resting in the discomfort, like I'm so uncomfortable right now. I'm just so uncomfortable. And it's because I know that there's a part of me that is emerging through this discomfort. One that's stronger and more resilient. One who knows that she's not gonna die when she feels uncomfortable. You know, like I just, I feel very, very like stable internally for the first time in a really long time. And I'm convinced it's because I tell myself every single morning and all throughout the day, I'm worthy, I'm chosen, I have high self-esteem, I'm confident. I'm worthy, I am chosen, I am love. I am love. And that's all you really need to sit with, is the fact that you are love itself. You are divine alignment. You are that. You are that. And just stop trying to make pieces to your puzzle fit when they're clearly not a match. You'll save yourself so much energy. So much energy. Like, listen to your body. It is your compass. Your body is your gift. Your body is your temple. You are wealthy because you're healthy. And that's another thing. Like, I know we're the MONEYBAGZ collective, so I know we're focused on money and generational wealth. But like, you gotta understand, you need to start focusing on what you want to expand instead of focusing on what you don't want. When you focus on the lack of money, when you focus on the lack of just the lack of anything, your reality is bound to bring you more of it, more of the lack, because that's what you're focused on. So when you focus on gratitude, focusing on all that it is that you do have, all the money that you do have, all of the support that you do have, when you focus in and really just feel into the body that you have, if your body is healthy, if you don't live in a hospital bed, if you don't have to consistently take medication to regulate a system within your body, if you are healthy, you are wealthy. And you must understand that. You must act like you know that, because every day, like I said, this month you should be basking in what it feels like to be you, how grateful it feels to be you. You need to feel and recognize how much power, how much magnetism, how much goodness is already in your life, because I promise you there's a whole bunch, and you will never be able to expand upon that goodness that already lies in your life by focusing on the lack thereof. And you definitely won't be able to get in alignment focusing on all that isn't aligned, trying to make things fit that aren't aligned. If I've learned anything this year, it's that alignment is the most important thing to me in my life, from a relationship level, a friendship level, a business level. It's all about alignment. It's all about alignment. And alignment flows. Alignment feels like ease. Alignment isn't confusing. Alignment is clarity. Alignment is resonance. And every single time I've experienced the opposite of that, it's always been misalignment. And I've always experienced the most misalignment in my life when I was the most misaligned inside, because my reality is a reflection of me. And pay attention to the areas in your life that are feeling misaligned. Like, sometimes life gives you these tests, I like to call them, as a means to like test your detachment from what it is that you want. I just heard, like, if you're being ignored right now in relation to like anything, but most specifically like I don't know why, like jobs and business opportunities, things that are like very significant for like a career level up or career advancement, or like anything that has to do with money moves being made right now, and you're being ignored, or you feel like, people are playing with your time. Sometimes the universe literally is just going to present you with circumstances like that, for one, to test your ego's attachment to whatever the circumstance is, and to just see if you're really living from the detachment of how you think things should play out. Like, oftentimes we're disappointed when things don't go our way simply because they didn't go how we expected or wanted it to go. Not because it didn't go how it do you know what I mean though? Like, a lot of times it's our ego that we allow to be attached to the end result. And it's like, allow life in this this specific era of your life to be rooted in flow and alignment. And what's meant to play out is going to play out. Allow things to play out without the need to control them. Like I said, allow people to come into your life at this time, and allow people to play themselves out of your life this time. Masks are slipping, the veil is lifting. There's nothing you can do about that. But the only thing that you can do right now is to protect and control your own peace. And the best way to do that is to allow a healthy level of detachment throughout your entire life. Detached to the outcome. Like, be detached to the outcome of things, and set the intention that it's the perfect unfolding, and this is unfolding perfectly. It's a perfect unfolding. It's unfolding exactly how it should. And know that you are the power that you seek lies within you. So you have the power to be whoever you want to be, and you have the power to not be whoever you want to be by choosing to be the same person every single day, who makes the same decisions, who thinks the same. Switch it up. If you don't know what you want to be, just choose to be the most confident version of yourself. I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll figure it out. So hopefully this video found you well. Act like you know this is your show. It's your own Mo, so let's go. I think votes are doubled right now. If you're seeing this for the Maxim cover girl thing, go ahead and put in a double vote for me if you hear you real. I'm on a journey just like y'all. And I'm, you know, always thinking about new ways to show up online, to like show different parts of me. Just because, you know, just because I want to, like just because I want to, you know, like just because I want to, without needing validation from anything or anyone to start. So I'm on this journey just like y'all, bro. I'm on this journey just like y'all. If you hear you real, comment I'm a walking money bag, MONEYBAGZ Nation. And we out. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you. Hope this found you well.